Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of November 2nd through the 8th. And during that time, we have a waxing gibbous moon that moves us into the full moon on the 5th or the 6th, depending on where you are. And then, of course, the waning gibbous after that. So the big portion of the week will be that full moon energy. And that could be a time where some of you might feel impulsive or impatient. Sometimes it's heightened emotions, and you might be a little snappy and irritable, changes to your sleeping patterns. For some people, the full moon is just a negative. It's like just a big negative rush of energy. So I hope that's not you. I know for me, it's very positive, and I feel like, the full moon is a time, it's a little gift for us each month to learn how to practice patience and calm. And I feel like once you master that, then the full moon energy is actually quite fun. I have so much energy during the full moon. I want to go out. I want to get things done. I don't want to sleep. I just, I may be a little manic, but, in a good way. But anyway, pay attention to those moon energies as we move through the week, because those can be very important to your moods and just kind of what's going on in the universe. So, okay, this will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Pisces. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to balance spirituality and practicality. Never bad advice. All right, let's see what the Pisces Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, my fun, friendly reminder this week is that you notice the world around you for synchronistic things. So this could be animals that you encounter, maybe repeating number patterns, just any of those synchronicities. It could be a song that you overhear or a conversation, just so many different ways in which the universe is dropping little breadcrumbs to give you little hints about your path and different ways for you to go. So my reminder this week is that you just pay attention and try to be a little bit more aware of those, more aware than usual this week. So, all right, let's get into this reading. Pisces, November 2nd through the 8th. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. All right, your present energy, Four of Swords. So you're going to balance that with some rest and meditation, which is definitely what this is about. And again, if it's that full moon energy, if it's a little hyper for you, it is a good time for us to practice that, just to kind of go within and quiet your mind and just rest and meditate a little bit. Let's see here. Your current situation is the Chariot card, which I'm not surprised. I've seen this quite a bit in all of these readings. So you're getting ready to make some sort of move somewhere in some aspect of your life. We'll see as the cards come out, but it's something that you're thinking about and meditating on. And I call this the kind of getting ready. You're not making that move yet, but you're gathering information and kind of like, you want to make a decision about something and make a move on something, but you're gathering all the information to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you do. At the root of this situation is your financial stability here with the Four of Pentacles. So you're definitely, something you're thinking about. It might be some move that you want to make in the financial realm or in your, with your job, something having to do with maintaining that financial stability and maybe even strengthening your financial stability. In your recent past is some sort of ending here with this final push with this 10 of Wands. So, of course, when we have endings, then we do have new beginnings, and if that the Chariot card is definitely about getting ready to make that move. And if we don't see the Fool card come up in this reading, I wouldn't be surprised to see that even maybe next week. These new beginnings, sometimes when things end, like this Chariot card is about thinking things, mulling things over again, getting all your ducks in a row, and kind of what is your next move, and really thinking about it. This card isn't moving yet. And again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Fool card come out, maybe the Magician, something that is about you making those decisions for a new path. What is on your mind this week is a little bit of self-indulgence as you work through this, as you try to figure this out. And this resting in meditation, for some people, that is a little self-indulgent. And I understand that. I remember in the thick of life, when when our kids were younger, it was just hard to rest and just to get an extra nap or to sleep in was very self-indulgent. So if some of you are in that part of your life, I understand that that kind of rest is definitely, it is a way to treat yourself. So take advantage of it when you can. What is just ahead of you is the star card. So just ahead of you is some sort of guidance and some sort of direction. And maybe this comes in the way of synchronicities, like I was talking about. There may be some signs, some things, I know when you're in this kind of transition point and think about making moves, sometimes a book will literally just fall off the shelf, some information that you need to know. So, in this day and age, of course, we have all the electronics, so it could be in the digital, you might have a video that pops up that's going to really inspire you, like a YouTube video or a TikTok, whatever it is that you follow. But there's some sort of guidance out there for you if you just open your eyes and look around for it. So that's why you need to be watching for those synchronicities, listening to, paying attention to your dreams. There's always kind of signs. It's like, here I am, here's what you need to do. And sometimes we pay attention, sometimes we miss it. So I'm encouraging you to pay attention this week. In your advice position is to really enjoy the accolades that are coming with whatever success that you're having. This could be from work, getting get compliments, getting recognized for something, and your advice is to enjoy that you're doing well, and maybe that is part of, like I said, watching for those signs. That could be some little sign about something there. What is beyond your control this week is that you're also going to have a good time with the Three of Cups. You might get together, friends, family, go out. That might be part of your rest and meditation. And you're kind of just, you're being celebrated. And so you are also going to celebrate. That's a little beyond your control this week, which is pretty awesome. That's a great place for that card to be. What is your secret desire or what you're trying to avoid is things coming in very quickly, information coming in quickly, messages coming in quickly. So is that your secret desire? Are you waiting to hear this information so that you can get ready to make a decision? Or are you trying to avoid that? Are you like, I don't want to know that yet? I don't want to know. That's too much for me. I'm having fun with my friends. So there's no real wrong answer there. That'll be your big question of the week is, are you avoiding those things coming in rapidly? Or are you taking all of them as they come in and kind of disseminating was the word I was trying to say, that information. In your final outcome card is the Emperor card. So this is, talk about a four. This is the big daddy of the fours. And now I want you to look too. You have one of my favorite numbers, 444. Um, yeah, you need to look that up as an angel number. Anyway, this is in your outcome, and this is the card of leadership. This is the card of getting things done. This is someone who is an authority figure, a builder, a leader, someone who's very established. So that is in your outcome, and I love that. I feel like, whatever decision you make here, whatever you're trying to gather information to get to that, you're being guided with the star card, with your intuition, with synchronicity, with a dream. You're being guided, and it's just going to lead to good, talk about the ultimate instability. If the stability is at the root of why you're making changes or you want to make a change, it's definitely you're eventually going to make the decisions that will get you to that stability, which is very nice. What's hidden from you this week? The Temperance card. Okay, so holding on to your balance. This is the little positive angel. Like if you have the devil on one shoulder, this is the angel on the other, who's telling you, no, it's okay, everything's going to be fine. And that is not there for you this week. So you're kind of muddling through this, and again, looking for those things in the universe, when of course it's always nice to have that angel on our shoulder telling us those good positive things. But if that's hard for you to hold on to this week, there's some reason why. There's maybe next week things can be a little bit more positive. But make sure you do look up angel number 444 and see if that has any bearing on your week this week. I feel like I grabbed a weird card. No, I didn't. All right, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Pisces for November 2nd through really the 8th. That whole deck. Okay, we can't take the whole deck, so we'll try that again. Oh, Lordy, sometimes cards are slippery. You didn't see that. Okay, let's shuffle again. Final word here, Soul Oracle deck. One card, please. Not half the deck. All right. Be open to love. Which, yeah, there really wasn't anything about love in this. I mean, we did have this indulgent cups and your friends, but um, there wasn't a whole lot of in your, excuse me, in your reading about love. But that, you always want to bring that into the situation and be open to loving whatever the universe guides you to. Also, all right, let's get a self-care wisdom card here for Pisces. What do you need to do in the way of self-care for this week? Self-care for Pisces. All right. The card that comes up for you is to move. A long walk is good for the soul. Get outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. So get out, get in that fresh air. If you are in the Midwest, it's starting to get fresh and crispy out there. I know I've been freezing all day today and trying to avoid, I really don't like having the heat on. It just dries me out. So I did finally have to turn it on. But if you're going to move, put on an extra sweater. It is sweater weather, but I do like the cute boots that come with this time of year. I will say that. Yay. Wintry, getting there, getting a little colder. I had to finally give into it last week because I really struggle. I love autumn, but I want it to come later and later. Just saying, I think summer should be longer. Anyway, Pisces, thank you so much for being here with me today. I do hope there was something in this reading. Let me grab a drink and some ice. Oh my goodness. I feel like I was about to get a little choked up there. Also, speak up. Anytime I do that during a reading, I think that's the reason, something you need to speak up about. So I'll add that into your reading. Anyway, I hope there was something that you can take away and use. I do like the tone of this, and I think much like everybody else, everyone this week is going through some sort of kind of transition phase where things are changing, there's endings happening, and we're either thinking about the next phase or making that move towards the next phase. You're not alone there. If you're a cross watcher, you may want to watch your partner's reading to see, what their transition points are. And some of these have been very general too, not super, super specific. So anyway, I do hope there was something you can take away and use. If you'd like to leave me a comment and you're comfortable doing so, please do that down below. I'll answer questions, but also let me know if any of this resonated with you this week. So I really appreciate you being here. If you like my reading style, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, but more importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much. Good luck with this, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.